Thank you so much. So, Ruth, you are welcome. You are
Thank
welcome. I've heard so much about you. I've read a bit about your profile. Very impressive profile you've got. Well done. Well done in your
thank
coaching
you. Thank you.
endeavors and all that. So, you are here just with that way. I don't want to waste further time. We are here to talk about how you can help women who have a lot of value to offer to stop being afraid to charge their worth. A
That's
lot
right.
of women are always shy of, well, maybe if I say this, they'll think it's too much. Maybe if I say this price, they'll think it's too much. So they'll think that, I don't know, for some reason that people are going to refuse to buy what they're offering just because
Mhm.
of the price. And I think it's a psychological thing, actually. It's very psychological. It holds people down. It makes them undercharge. And
Mhm.
when they don't even realize that it's important to charge your worth. Charge your worth.
Yeah.
People who can afford you. Anybody who cannot afford you is not your audience, is not your
That's
target
right.
audience, is not the
That's
person
right.
who truly needs you. The people
That's
who
right.
need you will recognize your worth and they will pay for it.
That's
So
right.
let me open the floor for you to come in. Thank you so much. Okay, so the floor is open. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I am generally a lecturer. So if I start going too much, come in and pull me back in and say, "Come back, doctor, stop lecturing us." So that's who I am, Dr. Ruth Akumbu. I am originally from Cameroon. I lived in Cameroon for a long time, moved to the US, been here for over 20 years. Thank you so much, Ada, for having me, and thank you for just this shout out and the overview you gripped at the core of that problem. You gripped
Yes.
at the core of that problem. And a lot of the women do not necessarily think that's a problem. One of the reasons being that we are raised in a culture that women likes to help. The women take a lot of things as it's my job to do this. It's my job to help you. I want to be the helper, especially us women in the church. I want to be a helper. I am a helpmate. And then sometimes we take that same mentality outside into our businesses. We take that mentality outside into our jobs. And when it comes to charging our worth at work or asking for things that really reflects the value that we bring, we shrink because all those stories start to rise back into our mind and tell us that, look, you're supposed to help, or this is not just about the money. Focus on really doing the job, focus on helping people, focus on everything but what you actually need to even survive. We, most of us, put ourselves in this let's help people place, so much so that we forget that we're also living in a world that requires that we pay bills, that we buy food,
Exactly.
that we take care of our children. So all of these things, like Ada had mentioned, psychological, some of it is psychological, some of it is upbringing, some of it is cultural, some of it is just because we have never been told and given the tools that we need to actually dig deep and see what is what I have worth. What is it
Yes.
really worth, right? And for those of you that are listening, if you can tell me right now everything that you're doing, what it is worth, if I were to say everything that you're doing, charge me something for 1 hour of your service,
Yes.
charge me something, what will you put? What will you put? Will you say 1,000 iras? Will you say 10,000 iras? Will you say $1,000? Will you say a dollar? Why? Ask
Exactly.
yourself why. Why did you pick that number? Did you pick that number because somebody somewhere said, "Oh, this thing like this, people pay this much for it." Oh, I am a consultant. They only pay $100 to start for a starting consultant. That's what they say. That's what they
Mhm.
say.
Exactly.
Is that what you're basing your price off? I am a teacher. A starting teacher only charge the government will only pay this much money. That's what they say. That's the standard that they have put in place. But is that the value that you are bringing? Are they measuring it correctly? If they're not measuring it correctly, what can you do differently? What can you do differently? Right? So the whole thing that I'm doing, the whole mindset shift that I would want thing I want you to leave away with is not one, three things. One thing we're going to give, the first thing we're going to give you is a value calculator where you can go do a
Yes.
calculation and see for yourself. Put your degrees, put everything you do, even if you've never gone to school. Estimate what you have, how many years it's taken you to learn that skill that you're
Exactly.
using. How many years? See somebody like Miss Ada right here. How many years has it taken her to be where she is today, talking with you and me? She did not just come to Facebook and became
Mm-hmm.
overnight and had all the following and the energy and everything she's learned. If she's going to charge me an hour to teach me everything she's taught me, it's not going to be some rate that she go measure somewhere else. She's going to have to find some other way to measure it. Just the same as I'm telling you, I'm not saying you have to be a coach, you have to be a doctor, you have to be this, you have to be that. No, that's not what we're saying here. We say anybody that does a kind of work that earns money, you should calculate to see whether the money you're earning is equivalent to the work that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you charging your worth? And if you're not charging your worth, it's time to shake it up, find the right people. Shake
Exactly.
it up, find the right people. Now, this is where the research, I said that I've told you one thing is the calculator. The second thing I'll tell you later. And then the third thing I will tell you later. All right. So, as a researcher myself, as somebody that started businesses, as somebody that worked in schools, or somebody that has been overpaid, this problem does not come from nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
This problem comes from my own personal experience, right? I go to school, I have gone all the degrees, name it, I have it, right? Name it. Like if you see you've gone to the highest level of school, where else am I gonna go to school? What certificate do I need after a PhD? There's no other certificate. Then I go out there and the first amount that I get told that I will be paid an hour, I looked at it and I was like, why on what? What? What is going on? I cannot live on this. I cannot survive on this. And for 3 years, I just kept
Mm.
trying everything, saying, no, I can prove to them that I'm good. I can prove, let me work harder. Let me work harder. Then one day, I talked to a coach, and the coach just tweak something in my brain and my brain just go everything I knew was wrong just came tumbling down. Like I knew that what I was getting was not what I was bringing to the table. I knew that what I was bringing to the table was way more than what I was getting. But every time I will ask for an increase, they will tell me that, oh no, it's company standard. That's what everybody does. That's what everybody does. And then my coach said to me one day, um, find the right people that will pay you for what you can create.
Exactly.
So we're talking value here. We're going back into value. Let's not worry about the things that everybody else is doing. Let's take a moment to just think about yourself at this time. At this very moment, if you have a piece of paper, just take a piece of paper or do a mental note. How much have you spent to get your education? How much have you spent to get all the trainings that you've gotten? How much have you spent to be where you are? Think your rent. Think this other things that you can quantify and put money to it. All of that. How much did it cost you? How much did it cost you? And is it okay for you to be out here getting paid less than what you're bringing?
Mm.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. What does the Bible even say, Ada? The Bible says that with a person who works should eat, right? You work
Absolutely.
from when you're working. So I don't think that God will be mad at you if you sit down and do your math and go back to your job tomorrow and say, I need an increase. And this is why I need an increase, right? We're not only going to say, go to your job and say, I need an increase. No. You want to go to your job with the reasons why you need an increase.
Mm-hmm.
The reason what is the value that you're creating that is allowing you to go to your job and say I need an increase? Or if you're a business person and you need to up your price of your product, figure out why. What is the impact you're creating that is allowing you to go say, let me up my product?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm telling you my personal experience, but let me give you two other things that research has said. right? An analysis of more than 100 studies with 40,000 participants published in a journal called the Acta Psychologica found that women consistently report more self-doubt about their competence than men,
Yes,
w-
absolutely.
with significance in across several fields. It's not even in one field, across several fields. Even though this is not directly connected to price, we cannot make a direct correlation, but we can at least draw some kind of connections that lead to something that leads to something.
Absolutely. Because if you're not confident, then it means that you're likely to undercharge.
Exactly. If you're not confident, you're not 100% certain of what you bring to the table, forget it. You're going to only charge. There's just no way you're not going to only charge. So knowing that value allows you to remove that self-doubt, to remove that feeling of imposter syndrome that you have, like you don't belong in that room. You're not supposed to be there. And there's a lot of women professionals that struggle with that. You get to the highest level and then you're starting to like just crumble whenever you're being asked to pay to tell them how much you want an hour, how much you want for this product, how much you want for this. You just start to crumble. So imposter syndrome is very, very big among women. So don't think about it. Reflect on yourself. What are the stories you're telling yourself about your own expertise? What
Mm-hmm.
are the stories you're telling yourself about your own expertise? You might have gone all the way and you're the best person in your field, but the more you know, sometimes even make you even more insecure. And we do not want that for our women. We do not
Not
want
at
that for
all.
our women. We want you to show up to the table with confidence, with not just confidence, right? I have said it many times when I speak on this topic. I say, don't come over here with bloated confidence. We don't want empty confidence. We don't want just you showing up and saying, I am this, I am that. No. Let the volume of work breed your proof.
Absolutely.
Show the impact that you're making. Bring the proof of lives that you have changed. Something you have done so well that has made somebody see a wonderful result. So we're not just talking about, oh my goodness, I have a doctorate. So what? So what? What is the impact that your doctorate has created? What is the impact that you are creating at your work that makes you want to go back and ask them for a raise? What is the thing that your product that you've created is doing for somebody else and making a difference in their life, impacting them the way they want, that is making you want to ask them for a raise? Because at one point, you are going to get so good at your job that per hour doesn't make sense. Saying to for somebody, oh, pay me per hour, it doesn't make sense because the amount of work that you're bringing in, you can take that thing that somebody else, a beginner, would do in 8 hours and do it in two.
Yes. So it means that they're paying you per hour, you'll be shortchanged. They'll not pay you up to 10 hours. You're doing it, you're so efficient now. So they should pay you based on the value, not by hour.
There we go. Not by the hour, not by the hour. And a lot of us think that we are so good that we can just stay where we are and just keep asking for a small raise, a 5% raise every month. And your company is so proud to give you that 2% raise. No, it's time for you to shake it up. And if you cannot shake it up, find a company where you can bundle that skill and go charge your worth there, what your expertise is worth. Ask them to pay you what you will make. I generally just say an easy way if you don't want to go to the calculations and now read the chapter 4, which is another thing I'm giving you. Free chapter 4 if you want it. Comment in the thing. Comment, and we will send you a free chapter 4 or inbox. Also, link in the bio. We'll make sure we send you free chapter 4 of the book. That way, you can sit down and do this math and really know, okay, what is it that I'm offering? How much is it that is a good price for me to charge at this point in my life and career? And then if your company cannot pay you that, you say, okay, 8 hours, this is what I can do. 2 hours, I can take an 8 hour, bundle it into two, and once it's 2 hours, can I charge what my company is paying me 8 hours for that 2 hours? you will be able to find somebody that have that problem that they want, that you can solve for them, and then sell it to them for that amount and solve that problem for them quick. So many times people know how to do things, but it would take them 8 hours. They just want somebody that would do that thing for them in two. And they're willing to pay the price for you to do it for them in two. So that is one way you start charging your worth.
Exactly.
That is one way. Another research that I really liked was one that was done in Nigeria actually, and they looked at entrepreneurs and they found that traditional patriarchal culture is one of the things that is really causing women not to develop in their businesses, in their careers, as much as they can. Like it's tampering that. And then they're not getting enough funding because society generally does not think, not think, but society generally places more value on the man being the provider and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. Happy Father's Day for the men that are listening. We're not dishing on you. We're not dishing on you. We're just stating some things that are realities that we should look at and be aware of as women try to really get out there and not work, just work and give and give and give, and then still have nothing for themselves. So happy Father's Day. But women, back to us, back to you. So charge your worth. Charging your worth also is for everybody, not just for the men, not just for the women. It's also for men. Some men also struggle when they get to a high level with imposter syndrome. It's just that women struggle from it a lot more than men.
Exactly. And you kind of you hear phrases like when you ask somebody, okay, they present what they're offering, you ask for a service, somebody presents that they can do that service, and you say, okay, how much shall I pay? Say, pay me anything you want. That's the one that blows, that's the one I hate the most. Pay me anything that comes to your mind. I say, no, 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 stop it. I'm always correcting. I say, stop it.
Yes,
Stop telling
yes,
people to pay you anything you want. What is wrong with you? You are
yes.
offering value. Why are you telling me to pay you anything I want? So what if I just want to pay you 1 naira? Is that enough? Open
I,
your mouth,
yes.
wow, and tell me 50,000 or 100,000 and
Yes,
be proud of it because you
yes,
know that when I take that service, the service you offer is so good that if I
yes.
take it anywhere else, I'm likely to even get it at a higher price.
There it is. And that is the secret, right? That is the secret. And that is one of the things that they need to know. They need to calculate and know. The calculator is basic calculation. We own houses, we own cars, we own businesses. We do calculations for those businesses. Why is it that you cannot do an inventory of your skills and understand what you really bring, that value, so that you won't go in front of somebody and say, charge me everything you want? No, you are really good at it. So instead, charge the person. They want to pay for a solution. They are not paying for a list of things that you give them. Right? When I
Exactly.
work with young people and I say, hey, I need blah 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 blah, I've already told them exactly what I need. But they go back, especially in today's world with ChatGPT, they do this thing. They go back, they take everything that I just said, they dump it in ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives a long list, and then they come back and they deliver it to me as what they want that they can do for me. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I've already told you what I want you to do for me.
Exactly.
Why are you giving me a long list of things, of the things that then I get overwhelmed and then I go find a different person because I'm like, okay, you cannot hear the customer. The customer is telling you what they want. Now go into your skill set and say, I can deliver you this thing that you want at the highest premium level
Mm-hmm.
for this amount of money, and I will deliver it to you in 2 days, in 3 days. I don't care. Don't tell me that you'll give it to me in $10 an hour for 10 weeks. No. Sometimes I just want you to
Exactly.
do it in 2 weeks, do it in 1 week, but do such an excellent job that I will be ashamed
Mm-hmm.
to not pay you what you're asking me
Of
to.
course.
Or when I can bring you back, and then when next time, after you've proven to me you can do a really good job, next time you say, "Hey, I will pay you 100. You charge me $100 or $200. I will just pay you
Of
I will just
course.
pay you. Like my team, what I work with right now, they have come to this. They're starting to really get it to the point where one of them was like, "Oh, I'm gonna charge you $180." The first time they said they were gonna charge me something, I was like, "No, I'm paying you $50 for this." But now they're like, "I'll pay." They like after working with them and really pushing them and really understanding how they work, even though they were not perfect, but I know how they work and I know how I can get value out of them.
Mm-hmm.
The moment they came to me, I was like, okay. They said 180. I was like, fine. Here's your 180. Why? Because I knew the value I was gonna get from working with them. I wasn't looking for perfection. I wasn't looking for perfection. And that's one thing that as women we struggle with. We
Mm-hmm.
want to be perfect before we step out.
Terrible, terrible, terrible limiting. It's so self-limiting. I've never
Yeah.
seen. They don't know that that getting better at it comes from doing it.
Doing it. Comes from doing it. Don't wait. Why are you waiting? You're waiting for perfection to step out and you're missing out on the opportunity to refine. I'd rather have you do it one or two times, fall on your face, and be humble about it. I don't want you to be humble when you're telling me, oh, my price is, madam, my price na 25,000 and na 25,000, you're all humble. Meanwhile, that thing is actually 50,000 or 100,000 naira.
Exactly.
Right? I don't want that kind of humility. I want you to be humble in the sense that you're willing to make mistakes, you're willing to learn from those mistakes, and you're willing to grow. If you
Absolutely.
can do that, then stepping out there, that limiting belief of let me be perfect first, let me do this, let me get that 10-year experience first. Oh, that 10-year experience will eat up your life. And then in 10 years, you somebody else would have done it so well that they're so far ahead, and you're
Exactly.
looking now for somebody to pay you 1,000 naira. Meanwhile, that person that who just fell on their face and kept doing it and falling on their face is charging now 100,000 naira,
Mm-hmm.
doing the exact same thing. Exact same thing. So, one key thing, limiting belief. So far we have covered cultural, the struggles with the culture, the fact that we think that we're women, we should be serving, we should be serving, we should be serving. Everything we do is in the service. It's good, but there is a time and a place for it. It's not in
Exactly.
your business. It's not in your career. It's not when you go to that office to ask for a job and they're saying, how much are you asking per hour? That's not the time that you should be humble. The time to be humble is when you're jumping out there in the mud and you say, I'm willing to fail until I get figure out how to do it. We have also talked about the gap. People charge because that's what everybody's charging. Everybody's charging because that's the industry standard. Industry standard helps the business figure out how to keep their business afloat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily charging what you're bringing to the table. That's why sometimes they'll just hire whoever, put it there. People will go to work and just slack and collect their 8 hour and go them home. Why? Because that's what the company wants of them. They want them to come to the bare minimum, check these boxes, and then go home. But you want to be a high value creation individual. As a high
Absolutely.
value creation individual, step in there and just create value. Create so much value that if they cannot improve your position, they cannot improve your rate, they cannot improve, then you take that skill and you go bundle it and do so and serve the society. In our society today, there's so many problems. There's so many problems, whether in the United States, whether it's across Africa, whether it's in Nigeria, wherever we find ourselves, there's always a problem. And there's always somebody with a skill set that can solve that problem. If you have a skill set that you can solve that problem with, it's important to bundle all those skills and then go solve one or two problems so that people can really see that you have the skills to solve that problem.
Yeah, they see your impact. They see your proof of impact.
There it is. There it is. I call it the PIO, the problem, opportunity, impact. The problem, opportunity, POI model. Always think problem. I see a problem. Now, if I create a solution for this problem, and it creates an impact, I automatically have a business.
Absolutely.
Automatically have a business right there. And somebody is out there looking for you. Somebody is looking for you for that problem that you're able to solve. You just don't know it. Until you start solving this problem for people and talking to people about the problem that you can solve for them, you will not know. Right now, my job is to tweak your mindset. My thing is, I have seen that us women, we on the charge. We on the charge. And I'm
Totally.
hoping that by the end of this life with Anna, that we start, everybody that has followed this, that you, from today going forward, you don't do that humble thing where you're like,
No,
pay
no,
me
no, no.
whatever.
No, no, no. And the truth is that some of them feel that they're being greedy. If I charge my word, then I'm being greedy. They'll say
Greed.
that I'm greedy and they'll drop me. No, you you are the one. You're not in anybody's head to know that
Exactly.
what they're saying. They're just making assumptions that are just not
Yes.
based on facts and
Yes.
realities.
Yes. And that's exactly it, right? That internal battle is in your head, right? You,
Yes.
like I noted here, you just nailed it, Miss Ada. You just nailed it like you were reading some of the notes that I was making and reflecting on. That internal battle. You're sitting in there fighting a battle inside your head. Meanwhile, the person is sitting there with money in their hand, begging you to just
Begging you to take it. What you're imagining in your head has nothing to do with them. They don't even know. They're not even, there's no correlation. They're not even interested in what you're thinking. Oh, God. Oh,
Not at all. They don't care about that. They're like, just charge me now. Just tell me now how you gonna solve my problem. Just tell me how you will solve my problem. I had somebody pick up the $1 Million Mind book, the book from which I kind of put all these ideas together, really grounded in, because it's a journey that I'm taking. So I'm not condemning anybody struggling out there. This is a journey that I'm also taking, and I had to put everything in writing, and that's why I have a book on this thing, because we're walking
beautiful. And
around.
that book, you're selling it, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I
Great.
am.
What's the name of the book?
The $1 Million Mind: How to Create a World Class Coaching Business from What You Already Know. So,
Beautiful.
right? So, at that $1 Million Mind is me telling you that in your mind, there's so much in there that is worth $1 million,
Yes.
or $1 million, or a million, whatever currency you're looking at. It's all about how you package it. It's all about how you shape your mindset. It's all about how you create impact. And if I had not gone through that journey, I would not be talking to you. And that book is not just for coaches. Because the moment I say that, people are like, oh, I'm not a coach. It's not for coaches. Someone who is a nurse read that book recently, and just in the first introduction, they were just like, this book changed my life. That day at work as a nurse, the way they started doing their job completely shifted.
Yes. Because
Completely.
everything, what people fail to realize is that everything about you starts with your mindset.
Yes.
How far you go in life starts with your mindset. The
Yes.
limitations you face starts with your mindset controls your life in every way.
Yes.
It controls your thoughts, your actions, your choices,
Mhm.
everything. So if you don't have the right mindset, nothing's gonna change.
Nothing's gonna change. You'll find yourself in this loop, constantly in this circle, constantly
Constantly.
is the, and sometimes you have to be annoyed enough to change it. Ada, let me tell you. One day I got ready, I was going to work, and I'm teaching at three universities, right? I'm
Mm.
fighting at this university teaching with this student. Whether it's doctorate students, oh, I'm there. Whether it's undergraduate students, oh, I'm there. I'm struggling. I'm in my house making teas so that I can sell tea. I'm doing 1,000 things. One day I got so angry. I was like, God, I don't think this is what you want for me. I don't think I'm
Yes.
creating the highest value. I don't think I'm creating the highest value. I was so mad. I was so mad that I basically went online, find a coach, took all my cards, and I paid a coach. Want to know how much? $25,000.
You paid a coach $25,000.
I paid that coach $25,000. I was that mad. I was that mad.
Yes.
I have a PhD. I have a master's degree in business administration. I have a bachelor's of science in business administration. I have 4 degrees from undergraduate, associate degrees from undergraduate. But I couldn't figure out what was the thing that was making me run around. Here I am in that school teaching. I'm in that school teaching. Paycheck come, you look at it, you're like, why did I go to school?
Oh no.
Why did I go to school? Right? You think about all of that. You say, okay, then I basically was like, I know I can create so much value for somebody else. What are the skills that I have? I'm like, I'm good with research. I'm good with
Yes.
writing. I'm a good learner. And I think I'm a good teacher. I don't care if they don't pay me enough in the classroom. What if I just come online and teach people? Why? What will happen to that?
Yes.
I probably will make more impact. Even if I leave this world without $1 million in my account, the impact that I want to make, if only one thing that I've said today has encouraged one woman, encouraged one man, encouraged one young person to move ahead in their life, to start shifting how they think about value creation and getting paid for the value that they create, then I have accomplished something really big. Something really, really big. It doesn't take a lot of people, it takes one impact. Impact
Yes,
one person.
absolutely.
You impact one, before you know you impact two, before you know you're impacting three, four, five. And I'm hoping that so far what we've been discussing has been impacting. If it has been impacting, please leave a note in the chat. I cannot see the chat, but please leave a note. Tell us this is impactful. Tell us that this is hitting something. Let us know that we are creating value for you.
Yes, no, it is impactful. It is so impactful. Please,
Wonderful.
everybody watching, drop it in the comment section if you found this conversation useful in changing the way you think and in helping you understand what you need to do going forward in this respect. So it's important. No, it is very, very impactful because that's why I do not joke with anything about mindset.
Yes.
Mindset is the beginning, is where everything starts. Whether
Yes.
you do well in life is on your mindset. Whether you
Yes.
not do well is in your mindset. Everything that happens, how
Yeah.
well your life goes or how badly it goes is your
The
mindset.
mindset.
How much money you make in this life is your mindset.
Because it takes that confidence that you mentioned in the beginning, not blurted confidence that we say, that confidence that you have taken inventory of what you do and you know the impact that you do. It gives take that confidence to say that, bam, I am going to. That man that I paid $25,000 to, you think that if they had not had a lot of proof, a lot of value, and if I did not know that they can help me solve my problem, I would have given them that money?
No,
I would
not at
never
all.
have given them that money. So we want you to go out there and charge what you're worth with that confidence, shift that mindset that is blocking you from really being your full self and getting paid for your full self, for your full value that you're creating, for the confidence. Like that confidence is super, super important, and that shift is in your mindset. It might seem like a small thing that we're talking about, but it's not small. It's
It's not. It's
really
not.
critical.
It's a huge
Yeah.
life. This is life changing actually.
Yes,
It's completely life changing because people have
absolutely.
stagnated and have remained so small and they have basically shortchanged themselves totally just because of the way they think.
Yeah,
If the
yeah,
light switch were to switch on in their minds
yeah,
and they really realize it, that's when things will shift. But
yes,
until they realize it in their mindset, nothing shifts.
exactly. Exactly. And when we say some of these things, people think, oh, but I need to go get a degree. I need to go get this. I need to go get that. No, no,
No,
there are millionaires that are farmers that have just honed in that skill of farming so well that they are farmers. When you go to the road and you find a taxi person, they sometimes you know your favorite taxi because why? That taxi person has made it so well that you know that they're going to give you certain values when you enter their taxi. You
exactly.
go to that same, you see a line of women all selling the same thing. Why do you go to that one woman? You don't always go to that woman because it's your family member. You leave all the other women, you go to that woman because you've built that relationship with them. You know that value that they can create for you. And now that woman, if they were not confident enough in this in their skill set, and have the mindset that that thing that they are doing can bring them enough money to support them and their family, even if it's only selling puff puff on the right side of the road. If they didn't
Absolutely.
have that confidence and show off to sell that puff puff with their body wash very well, their body clean very well, sweep that environment very well, you will not like to go there.
Of course.
So it's all about the mindset. It's not necessarily what you do,
Mm-hmm.
it's how you approach that particular thing that you do. It is how you approach it. It's how you create value, not only by doing that exact thing, but also the environment in which you are serving. Like I said to Miss Ada when we started, music, nice music in the background. That is ambience. She's making this life pop even before. We were going through the challenges, trying to figure it out, but she was already creating an environment that value. Right? Her
Yes.
mindset was, we are going to have fun, even when it takes
Absolutely.
time to set this thing up. So me coming on, I've never met Miss Ada, right? Like we've
Yes.
talked, like gone back and forth and that communication, but we've never had this face to face. But me just meeting you, you created value. You created an
Yes.
environment that was welcoming, that was friendly, that was fun. Why would I not come back again now?
Thank you, Ruth. And you're such a lovely person. Very high value woman. Because I always love bringing high value women on my platform because I'm
Wonderful.
very just like you. I
Yes.
am very particular and passionate about helping women because, like you
Yes.
said, a lot of women just what will I call it now? They just shortchange themselves. A lot of women, the women have the short end of the stick in this life.
Yes.
You know, you
Especially in the name of humility. I hate that.
yes, yeah, no, no, no. You don't understand. Women are expected to be humble. If you don't
Humble.
show that humility, then you're not a good woman.
Yes.
So a woman who is outspoken, who is assertive, who knows her rights, who can look you in the face and speak her mind even when she's respectful, she's looked
Yes.
upon as a bad woman.
Yes. Bad fashion.
As a troublesome woman. They will start
Yes.
saying, run away from her. Oh,
Yes.
her mouth is too sharp. She's too this, she's too that. Meanwhile, when you listen to what this woman is saying, she has not said anything bad. She has
Bad
simply
though.
spoken the truth in a
Mhm.
very confident manner. Yet, a lot of people feel threatened by that.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
because it's coming from a woman. If a
Yes.
man said the exact same thing that
Yep.
she's saying with that much confidence, he will be praised. He will be
Hi.
praised. They will
You
clap
are
for
a
him.
man. You are a man.
Yes, now man he be, now man he be, correct man,
Yes.
Odogu.
Correct
But
man.
if a woman says the same thing, just because they'll say, how dare she? How dare
Yes.
her say that?
Mm-hmm.
Who gave her the right to speak
Right to
like
say
that?
it.
She's
Yeah.
not humble. She's
Mm-mm.
not humble. She should learn to
Mm-mm.
bring that. Women are always expected to shrink themselves and dim their lights. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
shrink yourself or dim your light, then
Mm-hmm.
you are not humble enough. Then you're a bad
Yes.
woman. Then you're a
Woman.
bad influence. Then you're teaching people bad things.
Bad fashion. They say this woman have bad fashion. This woman have bad
Exactly.
fashion.
Exactly. So it is so important. Iwama, well done. Iwama, thank you so much for participating. So
Yes.
it is so important that I'm so happy with my generation of women. My
Yes.
generation of women are learning not to shrink.
Yes.
We're learning not to dim our lights.
Yes.
We're learning to speak out and be assertive and know that that does not mean you're being disrespectful.
Exactly. 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 And the keys to respect are really, really there. Like, there is nobody that can completely misrespect. Yes, in some society, there are different things that you can do that could be disrespectful, but everybody in that society understands that. But
Yes.
in our cultural societies, sometimes we have to really know that some of the things we call disrespect is another way of subjugating a woman. It's not
Absolutely.
disrespect.
Absolutely.
You're expecting us to raise children, raise men, raise all of this, but we are not allowed to speak. And then we raise kids that get up and they continue to subjugate the women underneath them, even in this generation. We
It's a
need to
terrible
stop that.
situation.
So a woman's strength should not be a threat to a
No, it
man.
shouldn't
No, it
be a
should not
threat.
be a
And that
threat.
is what we have always, women of my generation are constantly facing that. We're
Yeah,
facing that pressure that just being ourselves, giving value, being confident, being outspoken, being assertive is termed disrespectful.
no, it's not. It's not. It's
Yes.
not. We
So
need to
Veralyn
change that.
Chinene says, can we ask questions? Which is great. Thank you so much,
Yeah, drop
Veralyn.
a
She
question. Drop a
says, do you
question.
have a book, course, or program they can subscribe to?
Yes, 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 yes. I think that in the comment we can drop. We will drop some books. We'll drop
Yes.
the book is the Million Dollar Mind. The current book that we're talking from is the Million Dollar Mind: How to Create a World Class Coaching Business from What You Already Know. And it's not just for coaches. It's not just for coaches. It's for everybody
It's
because
for
you have
personal
to.
development and
Yes, personal
generally.
development, mindset shift, looking at things at a different way. And in that book, you actually have the secrets of how I run my business. I'm not hiding nothing. The secret in there.
Beautiful.
And I'm telling you, I spent $25,000. And that's not all I've spent. If I tell you how much I've spent to get to where I am today speaking with you,
Exactly.
it's insane. It is insane.
Incredible. So you paid that
Yeah.
$25,000
Yes.
and it was you how did you find it?
Oh, it's amazing. It took me, I did not leave my house all through Christmas. I just stayed in the house and I wrote. I was studying what they were teaching me and I was just writing. So this book that you see, it was written over Christmas.
Yes.
I
Just this
did not.
Christmas gone.
Yes. I did not leave my house. I was so, like, remember I said I was angry enough
Yeah.
that I
Because
wanted
you were
change.
tearing yourself apart, doing multiple things at the same time. Yet you did not have the stability.
Enough.
Yes, it's
No
not enough.
stability, no peace of mind, no rest. Like every day you're rushing from here to here, from here. I'm like, how many years am I gonna do this? How many years? Am I gonna keep doing this? And then when you go ask for a raise, they tell you it's company standard. Oh, only people with PhD can teach. You go get the PhD. Then they say, oh, we do not have a full-time position for you. You do not this.
Exactly. The
Always
rat
an
race is too
excuse.
much. Rat race.
Yes. Yes. So I was like, nope, we're not doing this anymore. God, I need some helpers. I need some
Yes.
helpers. Let me do some work with my mind. What is it that is keeping me in this rat race? What is it that is making me go in circle? That was the first question. Once I was like, okay, sometimes you need a teacher. Who is the teacher? Let me find one of the best teachers out there. I went and found me a teacher. I have a pastor that I know, that pastor is the pastor that I listen to. I have that my coach. Those are the two people in my life that are critical. If they say something, I must stop and listen and then grow from there. Like somebody has said to me, why do you need a coach? Why do you need? I have AI. Why should I need a coach? I was like, AI should never replace humans.
No, never.
Never, because there was AI. But that my coach said one or two things, and my mindset completely shifted, and I started doing things completely differently from the way I do things. But in the beginning, the first 3 months was hard, and I was hard because what they were telling me was not making sense. They would say, "Go do this." Then I would take my PhD head, put that for front, and then I start to analyze it like a. At one point, I was like, I'm overthinking this. I'm going to just do whatever I'm told.
Yes.
Let me do exactly what I'm being coached to do. And yes, I have a coaching business now. That is the umbrella of all of this. I coach people now. So I started doing exactly what my coach was doing, and that's how this book was born.
Well done.
Because he said, go write a book, Ruth, go write a book. And I sat on it. I was like, what can I write? What kind of a book can I write that creates
Exactly.
value for others? I didn't have to do a lot because all the information was already in me.
Exactly, but it was underutilized. You did not know how to package it and
There
sell
you
to
go.
people.
There we go. There we go.
All
So
your
right
years
now,
of experience.
exactly. Right now, somebody's gonna buy this book for what? $35. If you're buying the hard copy in the US, $35. If you're buying it on Amazon, $9.99. $9.99. But I'm telling you what, in that book, it's years and years and years and years of experience, of learning, of research that I have put together in that book. And frameworks, like the POI framework that I'm on. Problem, you see a problem, don't run. Look at that problem like an opportunity. Create a solution for that problem. Start seeing how that solution is impacting people. And then start measuring the value that you're creating for the
Absolutely.
society. But most often we see a problem and we go down on our knee and we say, Jesus, take away this problem from me, oh, in the name of
No,
Jesus, in the
even
name of Jesus.
Nigeria will say it's not my portion. It's not my
It's
portion.
not my
Yeah.
portion.
I bind and cast. This is
I'm
not my
buying
portion.
that. This problem today is your portion. Go and find solution. Ask God, say, Papa God, where to be this problem? And
Absolutely.
figure out, give me solution for this problem so I can create impact. That way when people are buying it, you are telling them, 100,000 naira, I'll fix it for you. 100,000 naira, I'll fix it for
Absolutely.
you. That is actually your opportunity. God is giving you an opportunity. You're binding it.
Absolutely. Yes, Ifoma, they'll say village people don't come. For problem, they say village people. Eh? Like you see Nigeria, the Nigerian atmosphere or the Nigerian environment, Africa in general, not just
Africa in
Nigeria,
general, my
Africa in
sister. Africa in
general.
general.
Oh my God. If people focus on solving the myriad of problems, there it is such a huge opportunity to
Yes.
make a lot of
Yes.
money.
Yes.
That's why people can become millionaires, multi-millionaires,
Millionaires.
and billionaires in Nigeria. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
abroad, they cannot
Ah!
do that because why? All the problems, most of those problems have already been solved abroad. So there's
Yep.
not opportunity for you to
Yes.
do that. If you come abroad, you must find already a structured job that is
Yes.
already working. You fit into
Yes.
it, start earning a salary, start
Yes.
paying tax. The most you
Yes.
can be is comfortable. End of story. You
Yes.
cannot rise beyond the comfort stage. You cannot become a multi-millionaire or something like that. You will
No.
just be able to live a comfortable life, pay your
Mm-hmm.
bills, eat, blah blah blah, and maybe have very little savings. But
Mm-hmm.
if it is in Nigeria or in Africa, you
Mm-hmm.
can create businesses out of the too many problems to
Too many
solve
problems.
that people need a
Solution
solution to
to. Yes.
because of how badly the government has failed, because a
Yes.
lot of questions remain unanswered, a lot of problems
Yes.
remain without solution. Solving
Exactly.
those problems on a large, especially a problem that everybody has or most people have.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
can crack it,
Ha.
you don't blow. You go
You don't
blow.
know. You don't know. That is the word, and that is the word. That is really the core of what we're doing here. That is the impact we want to create. It's not about me saying, come sign up for my coaching. It's not necessarily about you going and doing the value ledger. The things are there for free. The book is only 30 something dollars, right? If I'm charging you, to be fair, my 1 hour should be $40,000. To be fair,
Of
to be fair.
course.
But I'm not gonna start by saying, let me charge you $40,000 an hour. That won't work, right? But at the same time, let me say, here is a book that is $35. Read it. Read it. Come back and ask me questions. Let's see how we can move your life forward. Read it because I have put everything in there, and we want you to create solutions. The way Ada said it is amazing. That's all. That is the heart of what I want to do, especially when it comes to the African continent. Running to America is going to put you in a system that is already
Yes.
designed. And the system is designed for you to fit in there and just play your small role.
That's it. You cannot cap. There's a cap. You're already capped. Your success is capped.
Yes.
Yes. You will not be hungry. You'll be comfortable, but
Yes.
you will not pass a certain level.
Level. To
Good.
pass a level is that value creation. And the
Yes.
best place for value creation today is on the African continent. Solving problems on the African continent. And if you're not on the African continent, there's always problems everywhere. Oh. There's always problems
There
everywhere.
is. There is. There
Find those
is.
problems and solve those problems. and maybe turn those your solutions now into a business. And now you are a business owner, and now you are a coach, and now you are this or that you want to do. And then with that confidence, charge with that confidence, calculate that value and
Mm-hmm.
see how much it's worth, and then charge with that confidence. Even if you start a bit lower, like call it a 2%, 2.5%. Like I always say, start at the calculate everything, then calculate 2.5% of it and see that's your rate. And then once you know the 2.5%, maybe after you have enough proof that you can create a solution, move it up.
Of
Move it up.
course.
Move it up. Right now, my rate is calculated at less than 1%. Less than
Yes.
1%. Not even the 2%. Less than 1%. Because I know I'm building too. There is a time where I will get to the place where my coach is that you cannot talk to my coach. It's $40,000 to talk to my coach for 1 hour.
The coach that
$40,000.
charged you 25,000
Yes.
to talk to that coach is $40,000.
For 1 hour. 1 hour. So basically, I am taking things from that coach and I'm just giving you for free. I'm
Listen,
just sharing these things. I'm just sharing these things because I don't want to come out here, Miss Ada, and spend an hour and not create value for the people that are giving us 1 hour.
yes.
If I'm going to sit online and not give you value, I might as well go be teaching in those classrooms and I might as well go write a book. I might as well go start a farm in the
And meanwhile,
village.
are you still doing your lecturing job?
I'm still lecturing for now, but
Yes,
once
but
my
you're
coaching.
not going from pillar to post.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, my sister. I put in my resignation. Everybody, I'm like,
Yes.
I beg. Let me go create value for people that needs me.
Mom.
I don't want to sit in a place where I'm not useful. Let me go create value for people who need me. So I've given them all my notice. I might still stay in because I have doctorate students that I have to
Mm-hmm.
chair and advise and counsel until they graduate. But for those smaller ones, by August, I'm starting to stop and I'm just going to dedicate in finding the people that need to grow. People who want to be coached, people who want to learn, people who want to take courses from me, that wants to grow. Those are the people I want to work with. I want
Mm-hmm.
people that are making impact out here. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
that can hear me, go create something and change their environment, change
Mm-hmm.
their family, change their household, change their society. That's the kind of people I want to work with moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Ada, we've been going for almost 45 minutes.
More than exactly, we have definitely. I
You
like it
are
because
such an
it's
amazing
such an
host.
interesting topic, and a topic that is very relevant. It's so
Yes.
relevant for people, especially for women, to
Yes.
especially a lot of people especially in Nigeria, in Africa, a lot of
Mhm,
women are there. They are stay-at-home moms, maybe,
yes.
and or maybe some of them are, even though they're not even stay-at-home mom, maybe they're not even married or they don't have children. They don't have
Yes.
jobs. They
Yes.
don't have jobs. They say they don't know what to do. They don't know how to start. And you tell them to start a business, they don't have capital to start
It's
it.
that. Mhm,
So they don't know where to start. So they need that mindset shift because I've always
mhm.
told people that you do. When I say it, you don't need money to start business. I say it all the time. You do not need money to start business. Any business you want to start, there's a way to start it without money.
Yes.
Very few businesses need you to have big capital.
Big capital. Mhm. Even what we
And
just said.
it's actually very dangerous to as a newbie in business to go and
Yes.
carry big capital, somebody who has
Ah,
no experience, and go and invest in a business you've never done before.
dangerous,
The
dangerous.
risk is too high.
Too
Why
high.
don't you start with no capital? Start
Mhm.
by selling for those who are already doing that business.
There we
Sell
go.
for them. You're
Yes.
already creating it. Learn,
It's
try
true.
out the market by selling
Yes.
for them. Just add your own on top.
Yes.
Add your
Create
little
value for
profit on
that
top,
person.
sell it,
Yes.
make that profit. That way, at zero risk to you.
Yes. Yeah.
And before you know it, you can now build,
Yeah.
and now start at your level. Use other
Yes.
people's money to even do the business. Affiliate
Yes. So.
marketing, so many things that you can do, drop shipping,
Yes.
that you can start with no capital. At least
Yes.
it will help you improving the viability of that business, and
Exactly.
that there is a buying audience for it. There are people
Yes.
who need it. It will, so
Yes.
you know even before investing capital that this
Yeah.
business is profitable.
Yes. So true. So true.